We have survived 3 months in Japan. Thus, everything also needs to go up by 1. Before, we had 2 cameras. Look, my mouse has racing lights. Ooh, it's a Ferrari. Boom, 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 boom. Now, we have 3 cameras. This definitely adds a lot to the production value and is absolutely necessary. But also, you might have noticed this. 3 times the size of the original. It is 1 cup Ozeki Jumbo. 3 for 3 months in. I didn't want this. Cheers for 1 more month to come. Oh, that's the smell of alcohol. I don't know if it's the bigger size of the cup or something, but the taste is not great in this one. It's supposed to be the same 1 cup Ozeki, but this tastes like significantly worse than the original. Let's get into the comments of what I thought about the past month, what I did wrong, what I did right. I know I already messed up some stuff. And by some stuff, I mean even yesterday. I also know there's some stuff that I want to address myself. Because in some cases where you have comments about what's going on in the video, most of the time I have actually answered those already in the video. I have just cut those out of the video because I feel like otherwise the section would get too long or too long-winded or something. And some of them I definitely shouldn't have cut out because that's... a lot of the time I just cut out main context. But I'll let you know when we get to it, because there's like at least 3 videos where I definitely want to address it. First video of the month. My favorite snacks, or maybe that's how it's called, I can't remember. But this is pretty much where I just tried out all of the different snacks that I got in Japan. Okay, I thought that there would be nothing to address in this one because it's quite straightforward, you know. What could I say wrong about my own snacks that I like? But there are actually some good content here. Like for example, if you go to the convenience stores, products are limited. You can go to supermarkets instead, which there aren't that many, which is kind of insane. Like convenies are everywhere. There's 4 different convenies in a walking distance to me. But I think in total I've been to like maybe supermarkets 2 times. And you'd be like, oh, what do you mean? How is that possible? I'm kind of talking out of my ass maybe on this one, but there don't seem to be that many supermarkets. I'd have to, I don't know, take like a half-an-hour train just to go to a big supermarket, which, I mean, is it worth it for some different snacks when you can just walk less than 1 minute to get some good-ass snacks? So you know there's like Costco or something here, but that's an hour train ride away from Tokyo. How much am I spending daily? Well, maybe at the end of the trip, I'll do a breakdown. There's also a lot of people saying, because I mentioned, you know, chocolate quality not being that good in Japan, which I still agree with. I've tried even more chocolates now, and it just led me on to believe like more that, yeah, chocolate not the best here. I've tried like top tier ones that are expensive ones, and even those, the mass-produced ones, not the best. But a lot of the comments said that Hershey's, like even Americans don't like Hershey's, but I feel like the numbers don't add up because Hershey's is like the most sold chocolate in America. And I feel like if it was garbage, people just wouldn't buy it and it would go bankrupt. So there has to be something there. And I know that in most cases, people do love Hershey's. Meeting a fellow Estonian. So on the second day, I met up with Livakivi, who moved here like a month before I arrived here. And this has been kind of in the works since the really beginning. Honestly, it was really fun hanging out with him, and I don't know, it felt kind of surreal. But also, it made me think how good this vlog series is for me, just because I go out of my way to do so many other things. While Livaki mentioned a bit as well, how he doesn't have like the need to go out a lot, so he hasn't explored that much. Though I don't know what his like goals here are as well, you know, maybe he's just enjoying life, so that could be good as well. While I'm just trying to speedrun everything in Japan. If you read this, I want you to blink exactly 69 times in the next video. I will count frame by frame. Good luck with that. Next video, visiting hidden bars. Yeah, the bar culture, like I mentioned in the video, hidden isn't really a thing. Hidden means more like, oh, you get like a fancy little location where you have to push a door or something rather than it is actually empty and there's nobody there. They're literally advertised on YouTube, on Google, everywhere you go, like, oh, the best bar I went to, it's a hidden bar because it gets clicks. But hidden in this context is more of an aesthetic rather than a fact. So yeah, if you want hidden bars, you aren't gonna find them unless you just go and explore. But also these bars were really nice, so I kind of get why people would gonna go here. And here you go. You finally got what you wanted as well. I went and pranked Connor. He was having a cyclothon, like a 14-day special, and Previously, I had met up with him. I actually did discuss, you know, riding up to him with a gun and threatening his life. And he was like, yeah, good job, let's do it. So, you know, I was in the clear with that. He just didn't know what day I was going to show up. In terms of where did I rent the bike, it was Yamaha Sports Plaza Sumida. They were really nice, didn't ask many questions, probably because they didn't speak English and I didn't speak Japanese, so we just hit it off by not talking to each other, just exchanging money versus the bike, and we left. I think I saw the rental 819 as well, but it was more expensive, because the bike, in my case, for 24 hours, was 1100 yen, which is $70 to rent the bike for 24 hours. That was one of the better deals I saw. Commitment on driving a sports bike for around 6 hours is admirable. Yeah, that was dumb. I don't know why I did that. Like, in Estonia, driving 3 hours would mean I'm like half across the other country already. I still kind of can't believe I did it. It was awful. It was an awful experience. I don't think I'll ever do it again. But it was worth it for charity. 10 random facts about Sakura. The idea behind this video was that I have no idea. I literally didn't have one. We wanted to go to the garden where Sakura were blooming, but it was too early, so they weren't blooming. So I had no footage, I had no plan, and I just put together a random shitpost. Oh yeah, okay, this is a good point. I had no idea what muscat was. You've said it a couple of episodes, I just realized you meant grape. Yeah, so technically, Japan loves grapes, or like grape-flavored stuff. There's grape-flavored ice cream, it's a tongue twister. Grape-flavored gummies, grape-flavored sodas and stuff. But none of those actually taste like the grape you're used to if you come from America or Europe. It's like comparing cherry to a strawberry. So that's why I refer to, you know, muscat grapes as just muscats now, from now on. Nice Anko shirt. Oh shit. Thank you. Japanese really like their poop here. It's a bit weird, but yeah, today I went out and 2 people commented on, oh, cute shirt. I don't get that comment with any other shirt, but they're like, haha, pink poop. Very kawaii. Poop. Oh no. I just realized this captured double audio. Okay, I hope I'm recording to at least 1 channel, because otherwise it would be pretty bad. This is the day that Connor and Chris finished their cyclothon. Nobody really had an idea how many people would show up to Tokyo Tower, but it was a lot of people. Now that was an actual event. That was crazy how they did it. Also pretty crazy how some people just came up to me, handed me 1 cup Ozeki, and, you know, let me drink it for free. For free? I appreciate you guys. Living in the capsule hotel for 24 hours. That is 100% not the title. I can't remember what the title was. But the crazy thing was, I think the next day when I went to look on YouTube, or no, I think the same day when I uploaded videos, I found that Chris had made a capsule hotel video as well. And you're not gonna believe this, but it was literally the same thumbnail that I did previously. He just has done it 7 years prior. I had no idea. This is not even like, oh, it's almost the same, you know, something's a bit different. No, I'm pretty sure this is the same capsule hotel as well. Like, look at this. I think in the final one I zoomed in much more, but literally 1-to-1, pretty much the same. Jesus Christ. Well, let me just pull up mine. Yeah, oh my God. So the only difference is the lighting. He just has a much better lighting and a much better angle. This is crazy. Let me see if it's actually the same hotel as well. No, this is not the same hotel. Like, the capsules are exactly the same, because I assume they mass produce them. But this is a completely different place. But yeah, that was an interesting find. Also, a lot of you comment like, you know, I'm gonna zoom in a bit more. Yeah, a lot of you comment like, oh, $39 is expensive. It's an expensive capsule hotel. I can't believe you splurge on a capsule hotel. I tried looking around and you can't find much cheaper capsule hotels. Like, sure, you can maybe find the 20, 30 range. Like 20 seems the cheapest. But even the places that you'd normally expect, like most of the places that advertise you, capsule hotels being cheap, like I went on Tokyo Cheapo and it had capsule hotels, said like, oh, $6, $7, $8. Clicked on them, it redirected me to Booking, and the capsule hotel that they said was $7 was actually $60. So yeah, I don't know. Is the inflation going crazy? Or like, how are the prices so high? Because 39 was one of the better ones. And the capsule hotels that most YouTubers go to, and I mean like this one, where it's like circles and stuff. Yeah, like this one. I looked that up. That is like a $60 capsule hotel. That is literally like a decent hotel room. So I'm not sure what are they going to? Maybe if you go to a capsule hotel that's not in the heart of Tokyo, but it's like on the edge, but that at that point, it'd be also very cheap to get a hotel. So I don't know, like he says it's $6. What? 900 yen. And it has insane amenities. Like, that was so much more better than the capsule hotel I went to, and that was $39. So I don't know what's happening here with the $6, because the next tier for him is already $20. Maybe there are cheaper alternatives, but all I want to say is capsule hotels not as cheap as you might think. Knowing how clean Japan is, I'm quite enthralled to see a roach there. Well, you know, there are a lot of Mickey Mouses around as well. Like, a lot of them. I feel like if I'm walking around on a daily basis, I see at least one mouse. No, not mouse. Or rat just scurrying around. And they're like chungus. They're at least like 1,500 calories a piece. To be fair, as a European, I don't see much difference between capsule hotel or hostel with bunk beds like we have. So I don't understand the appeal, even with a fancy capsule. I 100% understand the appeal. Let me educate you a bit. Bunk beds, horrible. I hate them. Because you can't see the other person. You will see everybody. Like, sure, the noise level is kind of the same as in bunk beds in hostels, but just the fact that you have a private space, like a square meter of just your own space, is magnificent. I love the fact. Like, I never want to visit a hostel ever again, but I am fine with staying in capsule hotels, just purely because you have your own room. Like, sure, anybody can just open it up and it's not like secure, but it is still your own room. That is such a huge difference. The crazy thing about the hotels is the lack of privacy. But the most important, have you considered... Next video. Something Ueno Zoo. That thumbnail is so fucked up. That's a panda, if you didn't know. This here is a panda. And the line to see this specific panda was 40 minutes. Holy shit. This was pretty depressing. Not to mention, there's a literal panda next to this one. Literally next to it. With no line, just walking around. I don't get it. Man, Japan just likes lines, I guess. Not sure if I'll stay 40 minutes to just watch a panda. I love them. Not going to lie, but my only have you Tom Scott mentioned, collab when? Whenever you can set it up, Cortez. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, I've gotten this before maybe, but yeah, any plans on making weeb stuff content? What do you mean by that? Do you mean just going to a manga cafe and like reading manga and making a video out of that, or watching anime, or like, you know, I'm not against the idea. I'm just actually curious. Like, what's the idea? Build a Gundam. I have no patience for that. Are you kidding me? I wonder if Mudan is feeling stress or anxiety over counting the days until he has to go home. Well, I wasn't until now. Don't remind me of this. It's literally been a quarter of my time here already. A quarter is gone. So this is potentially my last animal cafe video, where I went to a dog cafe. It was really nice because they were like sheltered dogs. Shelter dogs? Kind of. There's one more animal cafe you have to do because it's got such a unique premise. It's a cat cafe that operates like a scavenger hunt where all of their cats are kept in different temples around Tokyo, so you have... Son of a bitch. How do you do this? I was excited. I was actually excited about a scavenger hunt animal cafe. I made fluffy pancakes. Yeah. Honestly, comments are pretty good. Nothing special to look at here. You know, everybody was on my side just saying how it's all good. I did a good job. Nice pancakes. We don't need to look deep into it. Alright, next up. Oh, what is this building in Tokyo? Oh shit, okay, we're already... You come from the past or the future to annoy me about my comments in this very same video about grocery stores. Mudan, please, grocery stores are everywhere. Maruetsu, Iron Life, Coop, My Basket, Beacock, please, please, please. I was almost gonna agree with you, but also no. So I've been to Ion. That's a slightly bigger konbini. I wouldn't say it has like insanely good choice. I've been to My Basket, but My Basket is literally just a slightly different konbini. It has the same options, but it's pretty much the same size. And I'm pretty sure My Basket counts under konbini. So technically, I guess I've been to grocery stores, but they're also shit then. So I can like actually say that grocery stores kind of suck. Showing tourists Tokyo. I literally had no idea what to name this video. I don't even know what I did here. Oh yeah, we went to Shibuya Crossing, where I saw Trump. Wait, again with the grocery stores? What's up with that? Wait, what did I say? What did I say in the past 2 videos about grocery stores that... Day 9 of asking Mudan to go to a car meet. I know there's car meets, but when exactly is the best day? Because usually they don't have specific days when they meet up. It's just like every day from what I've researched. So if you know any like best days, then I'd be interested in going. Team Labs Borderless. Did I mention if it's worth it or not? I can't remember. There's so many videos where I forget to say the stuff in the title. And I'm pretty sure here yeah, the name is Should You Visit Team Lab Borderless? But I never really actually went into if you should. Mostly because I think of the titles afterwards and not beforehand. So I'm like, oh, I went to Team Labs Borderless. I guess I'm just gonna name it something after that. But yeah, should you visit Team Labs Borderless? If you have money and time, sure, go for it. And if you like art and colors and stuff moving fast and like whoa, 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 whoa. Otherwise, if you have like only one place to go, I would still recommend Team Lab Planets, because I went there as a tourist, I had fun there, it was interesting, different sort of art installation, I really liked it. And I would say Team Labs Borderless, if you've seen Planets, Borderless is still kind of, you know, its own thing. It's not like you're seeing the same thing twice, but overall, in terms of experience, I prefer Planets more. But I wouldn't say visiting Borderless was boring or useless. I'd still say, like, in my case, it was interesting enough, but I'm done with Team Labs for now, so that's it. What did I do with the grocery stores? Wait, what's going on with the comments? That's a menacing thumbnail. What did I do there? Oh, best things to do in Akihabara. You didn't give us the review. Well, okay, I don't know what review. Of the Maid Cafe. Maid Cafe is cool. Arcade is also cool. Because I went to a Maid Cafe, which I couldn't show, because, you know, you can't really film in Maid Cafes. And I also went to an arcade, which had some cool games in it. I definitely can see spending an entire day in an arcade is a thing, but also I don't know if that's really good for content, because that's kind of boring, you know? I mean, what's there to do? I guess I could provide commentary about how good the games are or trying every game, but PewDiePie already did it, and I don't think I'd have much to add, so I don't think I'm gonna do that, unless I'm really out of ideas. Which might completely happen. You're the first person making videos about Japan that has enjoyed the Maid Cafe experience. You're a special man. Well, I don't know about that. Like, there's a difference between enjoying and experiencing it. I feel like it's a very cool experience, which I'm pretty sure I said in the video, but I wouldn't say it's like, yeah, I feel happy and fulfilled on the inside. It was more like, that's a core memory now. It depends on you if you think it's a good thing or a bad thing. I would just say, it's very unique, definitely try it, but as if you're gonna like it, I don't know how to comment on that. What is this thumbnail? I didn't see the thumbnail in this video. Where is it? The thumbnail is a Polaroid. So if you go to maid cafes, you can take Polaroids with the maids. It's usually an extra. It's kind of sketchy because they give you like a menu, but the menu is of maids. And then you have like different tiers of maids. You have like normal maids, you have premium maids, you have ultra tier maids who cost like extra. And you just pick one out, go to the front of the stage, take a picture, you get the Polaroid with their signature, and then you yeet off. I put a photo of the Polaroid down because I really didn't have any other ideas for the thumbnail. I miss the good old days. And next up, we went on a small trek. So the plan of visiting all of the prefectures is coming along pretty nicely. We kind of wiped off like 4 of them in one go. So this is the vacation arc. Or I guess not vacation, traveling arc. Right now we have 9 prefectures out of 47 done. So on the pace of visiting 1 prefecture a week. But I miss the good old days. Well, that's because we went to... Wait, no, this is still in Tokyo. Shit, okay, my bad. This is the open air museum in Tokyo. Now we went to Osaka. And I was thinking of doing like a tier list of different prefectures and stuff, but I'm just not visiting enough of them or like really getting the vibe that I want to before I'm leaving there. So I don't want to do it, especially if I only have like 1 day in there. Because I feel like at this point, I've been in Tokyo for the best part of 3 months. I can kind of judge Tokyo, like understand what's going on here, or the people here. So when I go to a different place like Osaka or Kyoto, I know it's completely different. Like I can sense the vibe is different, but it's also hard to tell in which regard. Because when compared to Tokyo, like Osaka and Kyoto, the people definitely feel like they're rushing much more, which is weird. I assume in Tokyo, people are anxious, you know, they're ready to go, they have to get to their jobs, but everybody's pushing and stuff. But no, like Tokyo is very calm, like everybody feels chill, while in Osaka or Kyoto, everybody feels rushing, they're anxious. Half of the places we visited had the serving culture that's on par with Europe, you know, as in not that great, but especially when coming to Tokyo, where, you know, everything's a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10 minimum, like everybody loves you. But in Osaka or Kyoto, you know, a lot of people have kind of let the veil down and they are, you know, okay with saying that, you know, go fuck yourself. I hate this job. What do you want to buy? Also, some things that I kind of missed in Osaka, which I really wanted to do, they opened up a VTuber cafe. So you go to a cafe and you chat with like actual VTubers, which is kind of insane. And there's like a classical arcade game place there, which I also missed. But what this video showed me was that I can actually rely on you guys. After the first day, I asked you, what places would you recommend in Kyoto, because I'm going there next, and you had a lot of good ideas there. Some of them we planned to go already, but some of them were like actually nice. Like the coffee place. It is literally still the best coffee of my life. I think of that place every single day since that day. It is not escaping my mind, and I'm almost willing to go back to Kyoto just to get that Okafe coffee again. But I wouldn't have ever found it without you guys. Buy some of those, I guess, coffee to the trash taste boys, especially Connor. I'm sick of them saying that Japan has no good coffee. Okay, what place has good coffee then? Because America has shit coffee. Like, America doesn't even have coffee. I was so confused when I went to LA, and I was like, yeah, can I just have a latte? Can I have a cappuccino? And they're like, sumimasen, we have drip coffee. Like, oh, you want a cup? I'm like, what? I've never seen that in my life. Unless they're saying that Europe has the best coffee, or I guess, I mean, yeah, I guess because most places in Europe have like machines, but I would say Japan is kind of on the same level as Europe in terms of coffee. Or if anything, Japan is more advanced in terms of coffee. Or I guess it just has more coffee. Like, pretty much every street has its own like coffee shop, either like the mainstream ones like Starbucks or Dutor or Bluebell, etc. So there's a huge variety of coffee, especially the ones in convenience. There's so much coffee, like hot coffee, cool coffee. There's definitely the most variety in coffee in terms of the world that I've seen this far. I can't really comment about like the top tier coffee level because I'm not a coffee fanatic myself. I just like sugary, milky drinks and not the taste of coffee. So yeah, take my thoughts on coffee with a grain of salt. Question for Mudan. How do you edit your videos? Do you film them and think of how to edit while you're filming, or do you just film it and edit with all the parts? Most of the time I want to film it while already having some stuff in mind, because that makes it so much easier in post. But some of the time when I have like no idea what to do or what points I want to hit, like for example yesterday we did the samurai procession thing. I wasn't sure like when samurai are going to be at what point, so I couldn't really prepare in advance. So in those cases I just fill those holes with voiceover. So I guess like a combination of both. Depends on the situation. Next we went to Nara. Honestly, I am surprised like how close everything is. Originally when we planned to go to Osaka, I wasn't aware that Kyoto is only like 30 minutes by train. Same with Nara. Nara is like 40 minutes. I think Kobe was the furthest, which is like 50 minutes. So if you want to visit that area, definitely would recommend getting like a hotel in Osaka, like somewhere near the train station, because that is an absolute game changer. And none of those places I feel like would benefit from staying there that much, especially if you're visiting. Because Osaka, I did most of things in like 1-2 days. Kyoto also, I guess Kyoto could benefit from an extra day, even though we finished most days. Nara definitely is just like a 1-day trip, because there's cool stuff to see here, and like the deer will take half of your day. But other than the deer, there's like not that much to explore. You recommended me like a melon pan place. That was just okay. Just a little observation about the earthquake simulator road. You're actually missing a lot. The simulation doesn't include vertical movements and shaking. Yeah, that's true. The guy who ran that place, like had us experience it, also said that it's only moving one way, and technically there's a lot more in 3-dimensional space that you could experience. But, you know, the moment you sat in like a gamer chair that holds your butt firmly tight with like strap-ons, you're not gonna get the real experience. It's gonna be like a Disney ride anyway, so I feel like if I stood on the chair, now that would have been something. But out of all the cities we've been to, Kobe definitely was the quietest or the chillest. Like the vibes were like nice. Have you considered going to Hiroshima? Yes, I am in fact going to every single prefecture by the end of the year. It's not how Mudan sleeps better on trips. What are you on about? What do you mean I sleep better on trips? No. I published the videos earlier because I woke up earlier. I slept so bad. I think on average I slept like 4 or 5 hours. Bone-in sausage, what? Bone-in sausage, what? A nice example of Japanglish. Alright, look. Bone-in sausage, 100% I think. Look at this. Bone-in sausage. This is not Japanglish. This is a literal sausage with a bone in it. Sausage with a bone in it. Bone-in sausage. That's a thing. I wish it wasn't. Delicious bone-in sausage at Pizza Hut? Bro, this is violence against humanity and nature and everything. What? And the last day of the Osaka trip was going to Estonia. I guess this is a good example of like not having an idea of what's gonna happen, because I wasn't sure when we were gonna go to the Estonian cafe. So the first thing we did was going to the Paris cafe, even though it wouldn't make much sense considering the last episode ended with Estonia. I thought it would start with me at the beginning with the flag, like, oh, I'm in Estonia, but you know, things go as things go. So we started in France, got the crochet cake. Honestly, really good. I don't think I would try it twice though, because it was good, but like the flavor inside was very kind of one note. So it's like, I don't want to ruin my experience by taking another one. It's kind of like the film, A Silent Voice. You know, the first time I watched it, really fantastic, 9 out of 10. Then I watched it the second time, it went to a 7 out of 10. Didn't really like it that much, and I'm pretty sure if I watched it the third time, it would go down even more. So don't revisit the things that you like. But the drinking saga continues. Trying every sake. Honestly, I'm surprised how my taste just didn't change at all. Like, I got the 1 cup ozeki, I tried every single other sake that they had to offer, and none of them kind of trumped it. So I don't know if it's a bad sign or a good sign. But yeah, 1 cup ozeki, still the leader. Like, yeah, there were technically better ones with like more taste, but you know, I don't drink for the taste because I feel like that's kind of, is that alcoholism? Oh shit, wait, no, this is, okay, this is definitely one of the things I wanted to bring up. At the beginning of the video, I mentioned I cut out context. Yeah, this is one of the videos where I definitely cut out context. So in the middle, I say, I brought out like an expensive sake, something that was like 1,000 yen, and I said how alcohol in Japan is cheap. But I cut out like 10 minutes of me speaking about the specific alcohols that I'm talking about, and you know, how it's comparable to like American or European versions, which that's my bad, because on a rewatch I realized I was saying it like, oh, sake in Japan is cheaper than in America or Europe, which, you know, that's never my point. The idea was, in Japan, there's also like whiskey or vodka or like strong spirits. And I'm not talking about the Japanese ones. I mean like Absolute Vodka or what are famous whiskey brands? I'm talking about like Jack Daniels, Jameson, J&B, Red Label. They're all so much cheaper here, and I don't get it. How? They're like $7 a bottle, like half a liter bottle, while the same bottle in America, $18. So it's $10 more expensive. And I feel like that's pretty much the same in Europe. So that's what I meant by, oh, alcohol in Japan is much cheaper. Because it literally is, like, not Japanese alcohol, just overall alcohol. Maylene worried she is gonna say something bad, but she already went into detail on how to flay a puffin. Yeah, that really caught me off guard as well. It's like, just like, oh, those are cute puffins, and it's like, yeah, you know, you can just, and then, man, good old times. Oh yeah, next up. Waking up at 7 AM to go to Fuji-Q, cause it's a 2-hour ride. Honestly, the ride wasn't that bad, but man, this place is a pay-to-win haven. Like, it's so much better than Disneyland, because if you have money, you'll have a good time. And if you don't have money, you'll also have a good time, because the lines are like much less than Disneyland. Oh, one thing that I also forgot to mention or I took out was the haunted house that cost 4,000 extra yen if you have a day pass, or 8,000 altogether. Took us 15 minutes altogether, even though, you know, in Connor's video it was like 50 minutes. And the title was 24 hours in there. But it's a YouTuber thing. You'll understand it one day when you start your own YouTube channel. The Whiplash of Mudan saying it was one of the most fun amusement parks he's ever been to at the end. Maybe it was just me, but if you'd asked me what he thought of the park based on his individual ride reviews, I would have guessed he had quite a mid to bad time. Interesting. I guess it might have shown off that way, considering the reviews I gave. No, I gave like the pretty good ones. No, yeah, okay, no, I see your point. I think it comes down to multiple different factors. Like, how often could I go to rides? Because when compared to Disneyland, I could do the same thing in Fuji-Q in like 1/10 the time. It was just so much faster. So even though I don't have like the theme area of it, you know, being immersed into like little trinkets and stuff, it was just action after action, which kind of contributed towards the fun factor. And you know, the rides, like Zokkon, Zokkon these now, were legitimately fun, like the most fun I've had in any theme park. The main thing is, I guess then, that all the other theme parks are just so much worse if I had to rate by like rating basis. Because I would say like Fuji-Q was 9 out of 10, Disneyland was maybe 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, but that's just a one-time thing. I liked Fuji-Q. I actually did like it, and I would recommend going there if you have money, but I don't see a point in going there more than once, because now we tried most main rides. Okay, I would go there one more time, because there was like an adventure game or like an impossible game that I've seen in some YouTube videos where you have to like jump across LCD panels that like change and then you like have to leave, whatever. But like, yeah, I finished the main rides and none of those were the types where I'd want to go again. So when compared to something like Disneyland, where it's built up like a theme park and you go there to get like the theme or like enjoy the time rather than the rides, I definitely see myself going to Disneyland more than Fuji-Q. Now, I didn't spend $1,000 on that park. I think in total, with the bus ride there, getting a day ticket and spending money on 2 fast passes, plus buying the extra ticket to go to the Haunted Mansion, altogether cost me like $110, which isn't too bad. Day 740 of asking monitoring every Yakuza office in Tokyo. Do you have any to recommend? I'll tattoo myself. I'll be like, I'm one of you, you know? You see my Rick and Morty tattoo? Yeah, that's for tax evasion. When he said 1,400,000 yen, did he mean 14? Okay, I messed up. I wanted to say 14,000 yen, but I started it off by saying 1,400, and then I was like, no, that's not that much. So I corrected myself to 1,000. But I guess, is that how it works in America? And you say 1,400,000, and then it's like 1,400,000? Can you just keep on adding? Like, oh yeah, I spent 14,100,000 on this thing, and then that would mean it's like 140 million. So how does that work? Fuck, what the fuck, Ian? This is so menacing. I think I can Google how many days until what? Until what, Ian? Also, I think if you... Me what? I can't get over the fact this is such a weird angle, especially with the legs crossed. It looks... Does it focus on my face even? I don't think it does it? Note to self, become a god doing burpees. Oh yeah, a lot of you commented about the burpee technique, but what I found out with the Spartan race is you're not supposed to do things well, you're just supposed to do them. So Coach Nick even gave us tips on how to do burpees without like putting in the maximum amount of effort. Because I thought, oh, I have to go down, I have to do like push-ups and go down like that, don't touch the ground, which are like chest and stuff. But he was like, no, fucking don't even put your arms down, just flop on the floor, you know, don't put any resistance up, you'll save your arm strength from it. Then when you go up, like do like a squat jump, so you're like halfway up already and you have like less length to go upwards, and just gave us all tips on how to save energy. And I kind of understand that, because when you like run 10 kilometers and you have to do burpees as well and all the other stuff, it's gonna get intense. So yeah, we weren't really learning to do exercise with good form, we were just learning how to do the exercise with like the least amount of effort put in. You don't need to swing your arms so much when you're running. I mean, I kinda do. It's not like I was showing off, I was literally sprinting. If I use my arms less, it's not that aerodynamic. I think at the end, I did a dumb mistake where I set my running speed to 15 kilometers an hour. So yeah, that's not a good thing to do at the end of the training. Can't fucking believe that. I moved the camera so I wouldn't hit it with the stick, and I literally still throw it at the camera. You gotta hit the bouldering session with Peyotes. Dude, set it up, I'd love to. Will you be training every day until the Spartan race? Yeah, let's say I will. So reading manga. I spent a day reading manga. It was really painful in terms of mental anguish. I felt like I was back in school and I had to perform and I didn't want to, and it was hard and difficult, and if I failed, people were gonna laugh at me. And yeah, no. I thought I would get so much better, because I kind of knew how to read hiragana a bit already from Duolingo, but man, just the way that the alphabet was off from manga to the poster that I printed out was so different. Like some of the words just looked off, and for the first hour I was just trying to like put it together in my brain that some of these symbols compared to the manga aren't the same, but they are the same. And of course then it was the katakana, which later I learned why the katakana is used for foreign words, and I still have to learn it, and I'm like, all right, cool, yep. So I've been learning that for now, and yeah, we'll see if I ever go into kanji. But definitely, it was a good exercise into me getting my brain straight and understanding that I need to learn more alphabet. They said to learn Japanese, read something like newspaper magazine, not manga. Yeah, I kind of realized that as well. Like when I went into One Punch Man, the dialogue there was really intense with words I barely even use in English. So yeah, no, that's a good point. In France, right now the price of manga is 7.5 euros, I think. And One Punch Man is 7.20. So it hasn't really changed in time, or maybe it's gotten a bit more cheaper, I'm not sure. Because I do expect manga to get cheaper in the rest of the world as people evolve and, you know, find out that manga is cool, so they start producing it more for the Western market. So my hopes is that it's getting cheaper over time, but currently I feel like I need to learn Japanese just to get cheap manga. I don't think I have anything to say about this. Do you have anything to say about this, chat? Let me see. Good luck surviving the 34+ degree summer weather. I don't think I will. We need to start brainstorming ideas on what I can do inside. without actually stepping a foot outside. What content do you want to see me do in Japan, where I don't have to leave my apartment? Let me know in the comments down below. Day 5 asking you to do a gacha challenge with Connor. I'm probably gonna give up with that. Week. Only 5 days in? Some people have done this for 40 days, 60 days. Come on, dreaming. Right, final video. I went to Samurai, something Samurai. Collab with Christian Jägerda. You know, sure. Let me know when he's in Japan, we can do it, I guess. Stop edging us by visiting temples, but not doing the speedrun. You know what? Fine. Next month? Okay, I'm not gonna promise that. Never mind, never mind. Never mind I said anything. Let's just say next month is gonna be intense. Didn't have to single me out like that. It was nice talking to you. No, I especially had to single you. Okay, I'm kidding. I hope you were actually fine with it. I didn't know that. I met quite a few fans, people who have seen my content during that day, because it's kind of like a touristy thing. And it was like very nice meeting all of you and all the kind words. I really appreciate it. And I did get like one of you into the camera and I was like, should I literally point the camera at you and have you on screen or not? But you know, as long as you don't mind, I'm happy with that. Ooh. Oh shit, okay, actually, oh my god, actually a good question. Or like a big one. One thing I'm actually curious about is how are people hanging around with you? Reacting to, filming and doing all those wacky shenanigans. Well, the thing is, I'm not really doing wacky shenanigans. I feel like I'm, if anything, just very touristy. There are some parts where I like go in front of the camera and talk, but those are rarities. And if I do that, I usually do it like out, like away from people, so they don't see me like being awkward. But most of the time, I'm just very quiet, holding a camera, being like, oh, yep. So that's like what most tourists do already. So I don't really stand out like that. I believe it must have been quite awkward for you to act out in front of the camera with them around, but I was wondering how do they feel about it? As in, is it whatever for them? Is it an inconvenience? Or just as into it as you? It really depends. From what I've seen this far in Japan, 80% of the time, nobody cares, because I guess they feel like, oh, it's some sort of a promotion, it's gonna end anywhere, so they kind of like encourage it. And a lot of the places, you know, okay, not a lot, like a small handful will even actually like it. They'll go together with it, they'll pose, they'll do like funny things, because they actually do think you're giving them promotion, which I am. I'm showing them off. So they kind of want to like play along to it, like show their stuff off even more. And this far, there's only been like once when I was asked to stop filming, which was like very early on, I think during my first week here, where I was filming in Don Quixote. And not even in the store, it was just like a very specific place. So, you know, I had to hold my camera up, was like, all right, I'm deleting all of this, and I deleted all of it and it was fine. But literally everywhere else, everybody's been nice or encouraging even. And that's even at places where there's literally signs that say no filming. Because there have been a couple places where there's like no filming sign. I ask, can I film? And they're like, okay, so that's fine. But yeah, people don't care. I feel like tourism and just filming is so average that most people just block it out of their minds, especially in Japan, because I've seen so many streamers walk around with like a long ass stick in front of them, just streaming like that with like a 2-meter long stick. And yeah, it's an average thing. So when I'm like around with my small camera, just nobody cares. I'm mainly asking because anytime I try to do similar sort of stuff with people around me, I always feel rather embarrassed, very self-conscious. And you do it pretty much every single day. Yeah, no, I absolutely get it. I feel the same way. Even to this day, I feel pretty embarrassed, but it's getting better the more you do it. Especially if you do it every single day, you'll finally get better. Because I know in the first month, I would walk like 3 kilometers out of my way to a completely different place, just so I could get shots where people weren't around me. Because it was so awkward filming on the streets. But the more I did it, the more I realized nobody cares. And, you know, by now it's kind of okay. I still don't really go, you know, full-on Logan Paul, you know, very extroverted, like talk to myself on camera in the middle of the street, like with people next to me. But filming is pretty okay. But I think this is a very solid place to end it. 3 months in, let me know if you have any more questions about all the stuff here. There's definitely some stuff I wanted to cover, but at this point I have no idea what is going on. It's a long thing. These videos take a long time for me. So I'll see you tomorrow and a recap in 1 month. Is this how I ended these videos all the time? How do I not know how to end this? Alright, bye-bye. Bye to you as well, and bye to you as well. Haha. Haha.